Datila, and welcome to Wrestling Time Post Show. It is Monday, February 10th, 2025, and tonight I'll be talking about Monday Night Raw, and joining me for this review is none other than Michael 101591.
How you doing, guys? Thank you once again, Datila, for having me on. Great to be here.
Yeah, of course. Always good to have you on. All right, so let's kick things off talking about Jey Uso. As we know, he won the Royal Rumble, and he had to choose Cody and Gunther. And I have to say, it was quite obvious what he was going to pick because he made it known tonight. So Jey Uso officially chooses Gunther after he attacks him in the middle of his entrance. And, a brawl breaks out. But I don't know about you, but I feel like it was so obvious Jey was going to choose Gunther. I could not foresee him picking Cody.
Of course. I knew that he was going to go with Gunther because it wouldn't make any sense if he chose Cody. Jey Uso versus Gunther is the way to go.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty obvious this was the route they were going to go. So anybody who was surprised, it's just...
And I said in my review, which if you guys are watching after me and Datila's review, go check out my review. I said this in my review that WWE should capitalize on Jey Uso and how hot he is, and give him the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. Have Gunther drop the title to Jey Uso, and have Jey Uso win it because he can have his WrestleMania moment, and the crowd would pop huge for that.
He's main event Jey Uso for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I think I will say this. If Jey Uso does not win at WrestleMania, I think he needs to lose the nickname main event Jey Uso.
Exactly.
But he should win at Mania.
Yeah, it was, and at least we didn't get a 10-minute entrance tonight.
Yeah.
And I also said this in my review, if every week Jey Uso comes out and everybody's doing the eat and they say one more time, I mean, it was good after the Rumble, but if they keep doing this and having Jey Uso open the show every single week and them saying one more time, and his music plays, it's going to get old really fast.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Next, we get a Rhea Ripley interview, and she's basically talking about how, if Liv Morgan makes it to WrestleMania, she's going to deal with her, and she calls Charlotte. She says that Charlotte is stalling and wasting everyone's time trying to stay relevant, and then, Io Sky interrupts her and says that Rhea cost her WrestleMania match, and Rhea tells Sky that she's coming for her, and Rhea says she can't. Io Sky tells Rhea she's coming for her, and Rhea tells Sky that she can't wait. So, Rhea Ripley last week inadvertently cost Io Sky the match go to WrestleMania, to the Elimination Chamber. So let's just talk about it since we're on the subject. Later on in the night, we find out that Rhea Ripley says that she doesn't owe her match, but why she wanted to do it. So she talked to Adam Pearce and requested a match in 3 weeks after the Raw, after the Chamber. It'll be Rhea versus Io Sky for the title on Raw, which I thought was interesting because I would think that they would do a last chance qualifying spot,
mm-hmm.
and Sky would be in it, but I guess she's not. So
at least they're giving her a shot.
Yeah, that's true.
In the Raw after Elimination Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
So
all right.
Obviously, Io's not going to win it.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because by then, the road to WrestleMania is pretty much set.
It's set in stone.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Next, we get a tag match: Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez versus Damage Control. I thought this was actually a pretty decent match.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match as well. I mean, when the match first started and the first half of the match, I'm like, man, this is boring. But then as the match progressed, it got better as it went along.
Yeah, I have to agree. I was not expecting this match to be as good as it was. This was actually a pretty good match. I think all 4 women knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, they did.
But Damage Control was victorious. And it's interesting here because Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez pinned the tag team champions, and now Damage Control pinned them. So are you going to see a triple threat for those tag team titles at WrestleMania?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Liv Morgan got busted open.
Oh yeah, she was busted open during this match. She had like all this right here.
Yeah, she had a gash, like right above her eyebrow, like right above her eye.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it on her Instagram post. Yeah, I think it was maybe she got it from like her a tire malfunction, like her boots were broken, and like that strap part probably hit her.
Mm-hmm.
That's what caused the gash.
Yeah, it could be. Okay. Next week, the women's chamber qualifying matches: Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. This was an okay match. I wasn't a big fan of this match, honestly. I felt like
it was decent, but
it was okay.
Not great.
Mm-hmm. It definitely like, and I feel like Lyra Valkyria hasn't done much with that IC title.
Yeah, they're setting it up for her and Ivy Nile, because Ivy Nile keeps talking about, oh, I have my eye on that Women's Intercontinental Championship. I think we're going to get that match at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. We'll talk more about it when we get to that segment. Okay. Next week, we're getting interviewed by Ludwig. Kaiser's getting interviewed.
Yeah, Bayley won the other match.
Oh, yeah. Bayley ended up winning, and both women hug. So, not a surprise there. Okay, so Ludwig Kaiser's getting interviewed, and Pete Dunne interrupts, and basically, like, they're talking about how Penta es cero miedo. Kaiser saying that he saw what Kaiser asked Pete Dunne if he saw what he did to Penta, and that was basically saying that he doesn't need Kaiser and would never help a guy like Kaiser, but he promises to break and beat Penta so bad. So it's kind of interesting that these two guys are starting to feud each other because of Penta. You know?
And next week on Raw, Pete Dunne's going to be facing Penta.
Yeah, next week on Raw, Pete Dunne's going to be facing Penta. And then AJ Styles casually just walks by and he kind of stares at Kaiser. So I thought that was interesting.
Tease for a match.
Oh, definitely. Okay. Next, we get an American Made segment. And, Lyra Valkyria's seen talking to Alpha Academy backstage. And, basically, Ivy now mocks her by, like, clapping and say that she's never going to beat her because she's being coached by Alpha Academy. And she makes some promises that the Creed Brothers are going to take the tag title. So, it seems like American Made is... Yeah, I know. American Made is trying to really, like, work hard while Chad Gable's away.
Yeah, he wasn't even present tonight.
Exactly. All right, so we get an AJ Styles promo, and I believe this is his first appearance on Raw since he came back.
Yeah. This was his first Raw appearance.
Mm-hmm. He said... He talked about his injury and about how he believed he still has gas left in the tank. He was basically here to remind everybody why he's the phenomenal AJ Styles. He gets interrupted by Carlito and Dominic, who Carlito starts telling the crowd to shut their mouth. He says in Spanish to shut their mouth and listen to what Dom is saying. And basically, like, the crowd isn't letting Dom speak. He's getting booed out of the ring. AJ Styles brings up where's Priest, Balor, Rhea, and stuff like that. And a brawl breaks out between them after AJ calls Dom Ray's punk ass kid. But here's the thing. Now that the Good Brothers are gone, I'm not sure where they're going to go with this. Unless AJ Styles finds some friends, but he had friends in the Good Brothers.
He's gonna get lost in the shuffle without the Good Brothers, I feel like.
I don't mind AJ Styles coming to Raw, but I was just like questioning what they're going to do with this feud.
And plus, I didn't even know what Carlito said in Spanish, but thanks to Datila, now I understood what he was saying.
Yeah.
Without Datila, I wouldn't know what he said.
There's Google Translator.
Yeah, true.
But anywho, even though I liked what AJ Styles said, I still just wasn't digging this because I don't get what they're going with him in Judgment Day.
I mean, it's good that Styles is back, but does he really need the Judgment Day? No.
Yeah. So we get a segment backstage where Adam Pearce makes it official. It's going to be Dom versus AJ Styles next week, and then Braun Breaker confronts AJ Styles and tells him maybe he'll see him around.
In a cowboy hat.
Yeah, in a cowboy hat.
Yeah. Where you steal that from, Brock Lesnar?
All right, give me 1 second.
Good.
Go ahead and give your thoughts on so far what we've talked about.
Well, Braun Breaker, I think from what we saw with AJ Styles here, I think we're going to get a matchup between AJ Styles and Braun Breaker. I think that will be a very good match. Maybe put the Intercontinental Championship on the line. So I sense Styles probably getting an opportunity to face Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental title. I would like to see that. Lyra Valkyria, I knew that she was going to win the qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber, considering she is the Women's Intercontinental Champion, and she just won the title. And like we said, they're probably setting it up for Ivy Nile to get a shot at the Women's Intercontinental Championship. That's going to be Lyra's opponent next, which that's going to probably be booked for the Elimination Chamber. Which Ivy, is not going to win the title unless WWE does something stupid like hot potato the title. But I think Lyra's going to still retain the Women's Intercontinental title.
All right, I'm back. So we had a Seth Rollins interview, and basically he's talking about how just since Jey decided to take on Gunther at WrestleMania, all eyes on the Elimination Chamber, Cody Rhodes, the title, and of course the person who's going to win. So Finn Balor interrupts this and basically tells Seth Rollins that everybody watched as Seth Rollins lost to CM Punk on an FX debut and saw him lose his mind at the Rumble. And next week, it's going to be Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins in the qualifying match for the Chamber. So I like this. I like this interesting segment that we got with Finn Balor and Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Although, who enters the Chamber? It's obvious. It's obvious going to be Rollins.
I think so too.
I don't see Balor winning that.
Yeah, I don't see him winning either.
It's little cracks in the Judgment Day,
which we'll talk about when we get to the Judgment Day segment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so next we get the tag team title matches: the War Raiders versus American Made in the form of the Creed Brothers. I actually really liked this segment on this match. I thought it was a really great match. I mean, Ivar continues to impress people. Like, he can move for a guy his size.
We had good tag team wrestling on tonight's show.
We did. But I kind of didn't like the fact that this match ended a DQ after Julius hits Ivar with the belt. But it's understandable because they probably don't want to take the titles off the War Raiders yet. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, I feel like the feud with American Made is not over yet, I really hope American Made does win the gold, because if they don't win, you can't take them seriously anymore, Yeah,
they're definitely going to have their rematch. It's going to be booked for the Elimination Chamber.
I could see that happening.
Now, I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch between these two teams, because they had pretty good chemistry in this match tonight.
They did. Man, there were so many false finishes during this match,
but it was still good.
Yeah.
But the Creed Brothers, they're future World Tag Team Champions.
Oh, they are, for sure. Okay, so next we get a Judgment Day segment. I thought this segment was very interesting because there's obviously tension brewing. With Finn Balor and the rest of the Judgment Day, like, Finn Balor is not too happy with Dom. brings up the fact that AJ Styles pretty much made a fool of himself. Dom brings up the fact that he didn't help him nor Carlito. Dom also brings up the fact that since JD's hurt, that they might need a new member, but Finn Balor is not hearing it. He does not want to do this. So again, it's only a matter of time, but before this version of Judgment Day breaks up.
I have a sense that they might not break up at Elimination Chamber. Probably after WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
So I see the breakup possibly happening after that, after WrestleMania.
Yeah, they're definitely going to break up sooner rather than later, but this version of Judgment Day has not been booked really well.
No. Not as good as when Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley were a part of it.
I agree. That was probably like the best version of Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, we get a CM Punk promo, and he's talking about like Jey Uso winning the Rumble, and talking about how there's only 2 people that have qualified because unlike John Cena, they actually had to earn their right to qualify. But he brings up the fact that John Cena didn't have to qualify and just basically said, "I'm in the chamber," and is in the chamber.
Because you know why? It's his retirement year.
Yeah, I know.
Why would he have to have an opportunity to qualify for the chamber when it's his retirement year? John Cena is not winning the chamber.
I need to see who else is in the chamber before I make that decision. So CM Punk says at the end of the day, his hand will be raised and 5 other men are going down. Now Logan Paul interrupts, and I like the fact that they take a shot at the theme songs where Punk is like, "Oh, I didn't know who this was because based on the music."
Because I heard that WWE is trying to end things with Def Rebel.
Yeah, some of the themes are kind of just generic.
Yeah, if they end it, that's good. That's good because the theme songs, some of the superstars' theme songs are just generic as hell.
Yeah, they are. So, CM Punk pretty much tells Logan Paul that not to worry about him and instead to focus on Rey Mysterio for tonight, and that if he makes it past Rey Mysterio, he will see him in Toronto and put him to sleep. So the main event ends up being the men's chamber qualifying match, Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio. And, this actually wasn't a bad match.
I thought it was a good match.
Yeah.
I
thought it was a good match, too. But, Logan Paul wins after he hits Rey with his right hand and hits him with the pulverizer.
The one spot that I really liked was when Logan Paul hit that moonsault off the top.
Oh, yeah.
That was the awesome spot in that match.
I agree. It was a really big, cool spot. Then, so Logan Paul's victorious, and at the end, the New Day attacked Rey Mysterio, and that is how Monday Night Raw goes off there.
Yeah.
I really did not like that finish. It was kind of a weird finish.
It went off the air abruptly.
Yeah. So I really didn't like that.
But I saw on WWE's Instagram, like, they only beat it down on Rey, and then they went to the back.
Oh, wow. They couldn't have just aired that. Right?
Well, I guess, Netflix had to have their time.
Which is weird because there's not on any time constraints, supposedly.
Yeah, same. I don't know why they didn't air it.
I guess they can't air everything,
Mm-hmm.
All right. So on a scale from a 1 to a Sean Spears perfect 10, what would you rank tonight's show?
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10?
Mm-hmm. A very good show.
I think for me it was a 7.5, just because I figured like the opening segment was pretty obvious. It was gonna be obvious. It was It was gonna be Jay Gunter. I wasn't a huge fan of Bayley versus Lyra. It was an okay match.
Everybody thought like when Jay was doing the Uso on the top of the commentary table, a lot of people thought that he fell off of it.
It kind of did look that way.
And didn't know that Gunther attacked him.
Yeah, it did look that way, I will say. Alrighty, Michael, where can people find you as we get ready to sign off the air?
Well, you guys can find me at my channel down here, Michael101591. I do WWE reviews, Monday Night Raw every Monday, SmackDown every Friday, AEW now, AEW Dynamite. I'm starting to, do them every once in a while because AEW Creative has been absolutely god awful, and it's a chore to sit through the show and watch and review the show. So, with AEW Dynamite, I have to be in the mood to review it. But also, I do movie reviews, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K updates. Also have old school commercials on my channel. Go live every occasionally. Datila makes an appearance on my channel from time to time. And if you like what you see, definitely give me a subscribe. And also, my Monday Night Raw review is now up on my channel. So definitely check it out.
All right, and as for me, you can follow me on Twitter at @Datila_. Talk Raw, SmackDown, AEW Dynamite, TNA Impact. I go live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, occasional Saturdays and Sundays. And of course, all things TNA, you catch me on Body Slam every Thursday. With that being said, thank you guys all so much for watching, and for the continued support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you can notify whenever I go live or use a video. And I don't think I'm going to be reviewing AEW Dynamite this week. I'm not entirely sure, but if I don't, I'll definitely see you guys Friday.
I applaud you for that because creative has been awful.
All right. Bye.
All right.